guaranteed cut. And Brianna Turner is someone who has started almost every game in her career.
Reese wasn't feeling it the second Brianna Turner left Chicago for Indiana to team up with Caitlin Clark. She went full main character mode, joking, asterisk, "Oh, so this is what we're doing now?" Asterisk while side-eyeing the camera. Asterisk, guess loyalty expires like milk. WNBA drama is heating up, and Reese is stirring the pot.
So, in a kind of a surprising turn of events, the Indiana Fever have made yet another move this offseason, and they have signed Brianna Turner to the roster.
Angel Reese saw the news and had just one word, asterisk, wow. Just wow. First, it was Aya Wilson watching the Fever stack talent like they were building an Avengers squad. Now Reese had to deal with it too. Brianna Turner leaving Chicago to join Caitlin Clark was the latest twist in the WNBA's wildest offseason yet. Meanwhile, Turner was all smiles, calling it a new chapter, like she hadn't just sent the league into chaos. Indiana Fever players were hyped, welcoming her like she was the missing piece to their super team ambitions. Aaliyah Boston, ever the peacemaker, simply tweeted asterisk, "Let's hoop." Asterisk like that was supposed to calm anyone down. Spoiler, it didn't.
Who actually broke this story. She said Brianna Turner has signed with the Indiana Fever per the WNBA transition page. Some depth for the Fever front court. Brianna Turner signed a contract with the Fever. Somebody said, so does this mean it's not a training camp? Somebody said, yes, it's basic.
The WNBA isn't just growing. It's turning into a full-blown reality show, only with elite athletes and real stakes. And if the Indiana Fever keeps making moves like this, Angel Reese might have to start recruiting a super team of her own. She had every right to feel some type of way. Brianna Turner really looked at Chicago, looked at Indiana, and said asterisk, yeah, I'm a head out. Asterisk, and for what? To help Caitlin Clark and the Fever build their own Monstars lineup? The audacity.
It's funny that all these people who hated the Indiana Fever last year is finally coming around to sign with the team. Go figure. Now, I don't know the whole initial thing about this signing, maybe for depth, defensive purposes, but it is funny to see how what a year make when the Indiana Fever is one of the, not one, but is the top team in the W.
Chicago Sky fans were left staring at their roster like an unfinished group project. Asterisk, so, who we got? Asterisk, because at this rate, it was looking like Angel Reese and a handful of vibes. Sure, they still had Marina Mabrey and Dana Evans, but reality was hitting hard. They missed the playoffs last year, and now they were supposed to believe that running it back without Brianna Turner was somehow the answer? The front office kept reassuring fans, asterisk, we're building. We're patient. Asterisk, but patience doesn't stop Indiana from collecting talent like Pokemon cards. And let's be real, patience is a lot easier when your rival isn't forming a super team right in front of you. Angel Reese, though? She wasn't letting anyone count Chicago out. I love it here, and we're going to be just fine, she said, standing firm on her loyalty. But let's be honest, asterisk fine asterisk didn't get them anywhere last season. Fine was sitting at home watching the playoffs like the rest of us.
Talk about this Brianna Turner signing, but there's really nothing to talk about. So Brianna Turner did not look good on this guy specifically because we did not need bigs to come off the bench to play defense. We needed bigs to come off the bench and get a freaking bucket. And for me, like the craziest thing, as I've said before in previous videos, like way back in the season, Brianna Turner didn't look that bad coming off the bench, right? The issue again is that she came off the bench and played defense. Girl, we need you to come off the bench and get a freaking bucket. And when she did get a bucket, she was efficient at it. She was the most efficient big that we had on the Sky, period. But she just wasn't going out there to look for her shot. She was going out there to be essentially like a passer or just play defense. Like it just really, again, like that's not what.
Meanwhile, Fever fans were already talking reckless. Asterisk, y'all can keep Angel Reese. We got Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, and Brianna Turner now. The disrespect was loud and Chicago had no immediate comeback. Because really, what could they say? Well, at least we still have. Who exactly? The free agency tracker wasn't doing them any favors. Sky fans were watching the rest of the league make moves like kids watching their friends get new toys. Indiana got Turner. The Aces made moves. New York was stacked. Even teams like Dallas and Minnesota were loading up. And then there was Chicago, standing in the corner, trying to convince themselves that one player could do it all.
So in what might be the biggest surprise in all of free agency, The Indiana Fever have just signed Brianna Turner. Yeah, I think that this is a shock. I don't hate this. I actually don't hate this for the Fever.
Of course, Angel Reese wasn't backing down. She was already talking about how she thrives as the underdog, how she feeds off doubt. And you know what? Maybe she does. Maybe she takes all this shade, bottles it up, and turns into a menace next season. But let's be real, she's going to need help. Because right now, Indiana looks ready to run through the league like they've been holding a grudge, while Chicago looks like that one friend who says, asterisk, we don't need a plan, we'll figure it out. Asterisk, and where did that get them last season? Oh right, sitting at home. The Fever aren't just here to make the playoffs, they're here to take over. The front office took one look at their young core, saw Caitlin Clark sitting there like a cheat code, and said, asterisk, yeah, let's go all in. Asterisk, now they've got Natasha Howard, Sydney Colson, Sophie Cunningham, DeWanna Bonner, and Brianna Turner. At this point, they aren't just building a team, they're assembling an army.
Fever did not come to play. They are on a mission to win now, like 2025 championship season incoming. They were so quiet during free agency. And in the past 24 hours, boom, boom, boom. Re-signed Kelsey Mitchell to a max deal. Picked up Natasha Howard, bringing her back to the Indiana Fever, where she was originally drafted. And then they just announced a three-way trade, sending Alyssa Smith to Dallas and Sophie Cunningham coming to the Fever. This team in 24 hours just got exponentially better.
Stephanie White isn't playing around. She knows exactly what she has in Caitlin Clark, and she's making sure the Fever don't waste a second of her rookie contract. No, we're building for the future talk. No, let's be patient nonsense. Nope, Indiana is trying to win right now. And looking at this squad, they just might pull it off. Natasha Howard brings championship experience. DeWanna Bonner? A walking bucket who knows how to win at the highest level. Brianna Turner locks down on defense. Sophie Cunningham? She's bringing that energy, talking trash, hitting big shots, and making sure nobody disrespects this team. And let's not forget Sydney Colson, the ultimate locker room glue, keeping the vibes elite while still stepping up when the moment.
If you're not a competitor, you're not going to last. And it doesn't have to be to win at all costs, right? It's just how you do what you do every single day. Like for me as a human being, like if you're leaving your shopping cart out in the middle of the parking lot, I'm judging you. You're not going to be on my team, right? Like you're not going to be on my team. If I'm watching you and you're on the end of the bench with bad body language and not being a good teammate, like I don't want you on my team, right? It's not really about how many points you score. It's not about, all the stats and the numbers and the figures. It's, are you giving everything that you have every day? And it's about being a good human being. Are you a good teammate? Are you helping your teammates up? Are you a good sport? Are you shaking the hands of the opponent? All of those intangible things. Are you looking people in the eye when they're talking to you?
But let's be real. The moment Stephanie White took over, this became Caitlin Clark's team. And she's got a coach who's ready to maximize her. None of that ease her into it nonsense. Clark's getting the rock and the green light from day one. White knows she's coaching a generational talent, and she's making sure Clark has every weapon she needs to succeed. Meanwhile, the rest of the league is looking shook. Aya Wilson already felt some type of way when the Fever started stacking free agents. Now she might need to call a league-wide meeting just to figure out how to stop this madness. Teams that thought they had time to prepare for Indiana's rise? They're scrambling, realizing the Fever aren't asking for permission. They're taking their spot. And the fans? Oh, Fever fans are thriving. They've been waiting years for this. No more rebuilding, no more playing for moral victories. Now they get to talk spicy, asterisk, we're coming for a ring. And honestly, they just might.
Steph White is doing and what the Fever organization is doing is nothing less than phenomenal, in my opinion. They are taking this young, talented core that they have, with Aaliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark, and they're adding veteran players that Stephanie White has already worked with. Let's talk about that too, and has chemistry with and knows the work ethic of. And they are building this super team, make no mistake about it, that is going to give you.
Because this isn't just about making the playoffs anymore. This team has depth, star power, defense, shooters, and, most importantly, a clear direction. And with Caitlin Clark leading the charge, the Indiana Fever aren't just here to compete. They're here to win. Aces fans, they're spiraling. Their beloved MVP, Aya Wilson, probably woke up, checked the latest free agency news, and just sighed. Yeah, no one's coming to help her again. And while Wilson is still standing tall like the queen she is, she's looking around like, asterisk, so it's just me, Jackie Young, and vibes now? Asterisk meanwhile, Indiana Fever is out here snatching players like it's Black Friday at a sneaker store. Nobody is safe. Nobody is off limits. One day it was Brianna Turner. Then DeWanna Bonner. Then Natasha Howard. At this rate, Fever's GM might just start making offers to coaches too. Hey, Becky Hammond.
Everybody talked about when we were in the playoffs last year of, we really didn't have much experience at all playing in playoff games. I don't know what the exact number was, but we really lacked in that area. So just adding pieces of, players that have been in this league, they know what it takes to win. They know what it takes to get to the finals. They know what it takes to win championships. I think is exactly what we needed in our locker room. So it's just exciting, but also they're not only really good basketball players, they're really great leaders and really great people. And I know the front office obviously really prioritized that and looking for